I'm Julia Nilsson, an attorney and certified divorce coach with more tips to help other women learn from my multi-million-dollar marriage and divorce mistakes. So if you like this content, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and share it with others who might be interested too. I share these tips today because I was in a marriage for over 25 years and gave up my career as an attorney after just a few years of practicing law part-time to become a full-time mom to my fabulous children and to manage the home and what I say the human assets, while my former husband was totally in charge of the financial assets. We needed mom at home much more than we needed an extra income. And I completely trusted my former husband, and anything he asked me to sign, I did without questioning or reviewing it. He was a real estate broker and also a transactional attorney, and I had far more experience in property acquisition and business transactions than I did, frankly. When we got married, we had very few assets. We created everything during the marriage, and in fact, we acquired over 50 properties. I worked very, very hard at being the best wife and mom I could be, raising our 4 children, including twins, and getting them to and from school every day, to all of their medical appointments, and multiple extracurricular activities, including Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, dance, running, basketball, piano, leadership, campouts, AP tests, you name it, my kids did it. And I was the air traffic controller, so to speak. So fast forward, upon divorce, I discovered that I had unknowingly gifted my former husband complete control and use of all of our assets almost 20 years before the divorce. When I had 3 children who were under 5 years old, instead of giving my half of the property like the law requires in California, the judge said that I'm an attorney and that I must have read everything and I knew what I was doing when I signed the papers through the years. The judge said that everything was community property and that I had a right to it, but he did not make a ruling to force my former husband to share. So he didn't. For over 20 years, I thought I was an equal partner in my marriage and had no idea that I would be treated anything but equal upon divorce. So how did this happen? I gave financial control to my former husband, and he used it for his best interest. He found the investment properties to purchase, land, rental properties, commercial properties, and single-family homes, and he told me that they were ours. Sometimes he even took me to look at the properties before the purchase or right after, but he was the one responsible for drafting up all the papers and gave them to me to sign, usually when I was very busy or tired or running out the door, or perhaps even after a glass of wine. I had no reason not to trust him at the time I signed, so I signed everything. We bought them jointly. He had me unknowingly sign all the properties to him personally as separate property, and then he transferred them to our family trust, which he told me we needed to set up for estate planning purposes and asset protection. We never talked about what would happen if we ever got a divorce, but I assumed that I would be treated fairly under California law and get half of any property required during marriage. Upon divorce, I discovered that I was legally liable to the banks for all of those loans on the properties, but I had no interest in any of the tens of millions of dollars of property. I was actually responsible for the trust taxes as a stay-at-home mom. I didn't even know that I'd apparently signed a trust where my name was not even on it as a beneficiary, but rather as the spouse of my former husband. He was specifically named as a beneficiary, as well as our first 3 children. Our 4th child was not even born yet. I didn't learn the complete value of all of the properties that we had until the month before the divorce was signed as final. When my former husband filed his final income disclosure statement, that's when I learned the truth. If I had taken time from the busyness of raising 4 kids to actually read the documents my former husband gave me and understand them and question anything that seemed unusual or any terms I didn't understand before I signed, I would not be in the position I am today, where he has 100% control of almost 100% of the property we acquired over 25 years of marriage. It's basically his retirement, or my retirement. Women especially are very trusting, and we need to be smart about financial matters, especially in our marriages. If anyone in your life wants complete control over money and financial matters, and is unwilling to discuss financial matters with you, this is a red flag. This is one of the reasons I became a certified divorce coach, to educate women considering divorce or who are going through the divorce process, to avoid the multi-million-dollar mistakes I made. If this can happen to an attorney, it can happen to anyone. Again, if you like the content that I'm providing, please hit the subscribe button and share with others who might be interested in it too. I do offer a complimentary consultation, so I'll post the link there in the comments, and feel free to share that with others who might benefit. Great spending time with you today, and